so just come to stand and just have your feet maybe a little bit wider than hip width apart. And just take a moment to spread your toes and really anchor yourself down into the floor. Let's just take some breaths. So just starting to slow your breath down. Just letting everything be as relaxed as possible. And then we're just going to start to just gently twist side to side and just let your arms be free and floppy and just swing side to side. And then I'm kind of twisting my whole body, I'm kind of lifting one foot at a time. I'm just getting as much movement here as I can, just because it feels kind of nice. All right, and then just coming to rest in the middle. Okay, we're going to do some kind of figure 8 with the arms. Charlotte calls this my elephant arm exercise. So you're just going to roll your arm in and then roll your arm out. And again, we're kind of staying with that kind of gentle swaying movement. It's a little bit of a figure 8. Arm rolls in, arm rolls out. And you can start to make it a little bit bigger if you want to. You can take that arm up higher if you want to. We're just moving around. I feel like we should have music for this. I feel like it might be quite nice with music. So big figure of 8 or elephant arm. Alright, and then we're just going to switch sides and do the same on the other side. So again, just starting off quite small. And again, you can kind of make it a little bit bigger if you want to. Again, just letting your body move how it wants to move. So, you know, if you want to stay still and do it, you can. I'm just kind of liking this, just gentle moving around. Alright. How big can you make that arc? Can you go really big? Yeah. Alright, and then let that go. Just shake that off. Alright, let's come back to feet hip width apart. We're going to do our heel raises. So you're going to rise up onto the balls of your feet and then lower down with control. And we're going to add the arms. So as you inhale, come up onto the balls of your feet, reach your arms to the ceiling, and as you exhale, allow the arms to circle out to the side and lower down. Let's do that again. Up, stretch, and circle and release. Good. And again. Couple more. How about if we reverse that? So as you roll up onto your feet, open your arms out to the side. Arms come up to the top and then just lower down through the front. Oops. And lower down. Couple more. All right, take your legs wide again. We're going to do some little squats here, okay, but they're not huge squats. So just kind of have a little play with your squats, just kind of making sure that you feel happy with it. Remember, when we squat, you're sticking your butt out behind you like you're going to sit down on a chair, but we're not leading with the rib cage, so we're not thrusting the ribs. So we're going to do some squats and we're going to add some arms to this, okay? So as you come to the top this time, hold it there. And we're going to reach the arms out overhead, and you're going to bring your hands together overhead at the top of your squat. And then as you squat down, you're going to bring your hands down and clap at the bottom. As you come up, we're going up to the top, and as you squat down, we're coming down to the bottom. Good. Keep sticking your butt out, keeping that weight back through your heels. You can go as quickly or as slowly as you like. Making sure as your arms go overhead that the ribs don't lift, so we don't want to be again arching our back here. A bit of squat, get your heart rate up a bit. Let's do one more time as you come down. This is your last one. And then just come up to standing again, just give everything a little shake out, just shake it out. Alright, go back to that wider leg position again. Take your arms out to the side, palms are facing down. Okay. Now this time, as you squat down, I want you to turn your hands over and bring your elbows down towards your sides. And then as you come back to stand, just go back to palms facing down. I'm just going to shift that out the way because it's making me think I'm going to hit it. So palms are down. And as you squat down, you're going to bend the elbows, palms face up, and then go back. So you can turn your feet out if you want, make it into a little bit more of like a goddess squat, or you can have toes pointing forwards. I'm going to go feet toe down. So we're getting a little bit of that external rotation of our arms here. And again, as quick or as slow as you like. I'm just adding the squats in just to keep you busy and just to make sure that you don't get bored. And as you know, I like to multitask. 2 more. Good job. And then again, come on up, release, a little shake. I like a little shake in between just to free off any tightness or tension that you might be holding. Okay, back to hip width. Arms out to the side. Stop position, so palms facing away from you. Spread your fingers wide. A little soft elbow here. So hold in there. Notice if your shoulders are up around your ears, can you drop your shoulders down? Good. And then we're going to bring our hands from there just into that prayer position. And then open out again. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with our arms. As you know, we like to add extra things. Okay, so this time, we're going to take one leg out to the side and tap your toe down on the floor. So our toes down on the floor, our hands are in that stop position. As we bring our hands into prayer position this time, we're going to find that tree leg position. And then we're going to open out, toe down on the floor again, back into your stop position. Back into that tree. Ooh, and you can have your toes down on the floor if you want to, if you don't want to bring it all the way up. Just find the position that works for you. And then toes down, stop position. Let's go, a few more of those. Just taking a moment there to find your balance in that tree pose. Good. One more like this. Now this time, as you take your leg out, I don't want you to tap your toe down. Can you just balance and go back into your tree pose? Oh, she says, try it again, can you balance? And go back into that tree. Yeah. Last one. And back into your tree. Really good. Release. Little shake. Let it go. Alright. So we know what we're doing with the arms this time. So as you take your arms out into that stop position, again we're going to tap the toe out to the side. And then we're going to come back into prayer and tree position. Let's go again. Again, you don't have to go the same speed as I'm going. You can go faster if you want to. You can go slower if you want to. Whatever works for you. Are you still spreading your fingers in that stop position? Spread. Alright, and then we're going to do leg hovering. Can you take that leg out to hover and bring it back in? And again, hover. And bring it back in. So sometimes when I take the leg out, I'll like flex my foot and push to the heel. Sometimes when I take it out to the side, I might point my toe. And either is good. Either is fine. Last one. Oh, she says falling over. And come on in. Shake it out. We're going to slow our breath down. Let's go back into our wide leg squat. Turn your toes out this time. Okay. So it's our flowing squat series that we play with quite a lot. Interlace your fingers. Inhale as you bring your palms up towards your chin. And exhale as you press the hands down and squat down. Inhale, sweep your arms forwards up towards the ceiling. And then exhale as you release and come all the way back down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, press and squat. Inhale, sweep forwards and up. And exhale to release. Good, couple more. Last one. I really like this little flowing breath because you're getting shoulders, you're getting hips, you're getting a little bit of everything, and I really like that. Okay, bringing your feet back into a comfortable position. We're going to do our hug. So remember how we have one arm on top of the other and you reach your hands behind. See if you can just grip the inside edge of your shoulder blades maybe. And then notice whether your shoulders are up around your ears. Can you kind of drop your shoulders down away from your ears but lifting your elbows? Alright, holding here. Is your weight back through your heels, or has all of your weight come forwards? Can you try and back your weight up? Okay, notice which arm is on top, because we're going to switch over, but we're going to open our arms out, and then we're going to switch over. You're just seeing if you can grip the inside edge of your shoulder blade, shoulders down but elbows lifted. A couple of breaths. Check where you're holding your weight again here. And then again, we're going to open out. So we're going to keep flowing through this now. So we're going to just keep switching sides. Go back to the first arm on top, just hold for a breath. Open out when you're ready. So I kind of like to inhale as I open out. Exhale, hug. Squeezing all the air out. Inhale to open and exhale to hug. Let's just do a few more of those. Really nice. Last one. Hug. And then as you release it, just swing your arms down. Just let those arms swing. Let's do alternate arm swings. Just letting them go. Good. Okay, so I'm going to stand sideways so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And we're going to do, it's kind of the start of the sun salutation arm series, so we're going to do that a few times, and then we're going to come down to the mat. So I'm going to stand sideways. So feet hip width apart. Okay, arms down by your sides. As you inhale, you're going to open your arms out and up towards the ceiling, bringing your hands together overhead. And as you exhale, you're going to open your arms and fold forwards at your hip. And then allow your arms to come down as you round all the way down. You can soften your knees here, so a little bend in your knees. Take a moment to nod your head, shake your head. Let your arms just hang here. As you inhale, you're going to start to roll up and you're going to open your arms out to the sides, up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands together overhead. Keep your hands together and then just bring them down through centre and release. All right, we're going to do that a couple more times. So when you're ready, inhale, open your arms out and up towards the ceiling, bringing your hands together. Exhale as you fold forwards. And then allow yourself to round all the way down. Again, just take a moment, loosey-goosey arms and head, everything is soft. On your next inhale, you're going to start to roll yourself up, open your arms out, up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, just bringing your hands down in that prayer position, all the way down through your heart. And then just release. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, open out, reach. Exhale, forward fold, and come all the way down. Soft knees, nod your head, shake your head, loose arms. On your next breath in, you're going to roll yourself up. Up, arms to the ceiling, bring your hands together. Exhale as your hands come down and release. Really nice. We're going to use that to bring us down to the mat this time, okay? So we're going to do that one more time. We're going to inhale as you open out. Hands come together overhead and exhale, forward fold and come all the way down. Soft knees, rounding down. Bend your knees now as much as you need to get your hands down. And then we're going to take one leg back into a plank position and then your other leg back into a plank position. Good job. And then you're going to come down onto your knees. One knee down and the other knee down. And we're on our hands and knees here for rhomboid push-ups. Fingers spread wide. Thumbs point towards each other. Notice if your elbow pits are trying to look towards each other. See if you can try and keep them forwards as much as you can. Trying to get as much movement there through your shoulders and upper back as we can. Good, two more. Last one. We're going to go to thread the needle from here. So we're going to take one hand. We're going to turn so the palm's facing up and we're going to thread it behind our other hand. We're going to twist our upper body around, bringing your shoulder and your ear down towards the floor. Reaching your arm through. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Now as we take that arm back through, we're going to reach it up towards the ceiling. So go nice and slow, but start to bring your arm back through. And we're going to keep twisting, and we're going to reach that arm up towards the ceiling. Hold there for a breath. And then we're going to bring that arm back down again. This time it's going to thread just in front of your knee. So it's going much lower down this time. Thread just in front of your knee. Just hold it there again, a couple of breaths. And we're going to open it out to the ceiling again. When you're ready, open out again, reaching that arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to take that arm down. This time again, it's going to thread behind your other hand, but it's going to go up and diagonally forwards. So we're going up to like 1 o'clock, if you like. Reaching that arm through. Couple of breaths. And then last time, we're going to open out to the ceiling. Reach. And we're going to place that hand back down onto the mat. We're going to do the same on the other side. Other hand. Palm faces up, it's going to thread behind your hand, and again rotate your upper body down, bringing your shoulder and your ear down towards the mat. Now if you can't reach, you can have them hovering, or you can grab yourself a cushion or a bolster, something to pop them on. Couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to open out, reaching that arm up towards the ceiling. Opening out your chest and shoulder, hold for a breath. When you're ready, you're going to take that arm back down. Again, it's going to go just in front of your knee this time. Thread that arm through, holding here. And opening out again. Reach. And then last one, again, it's going to go behind your hand, but then up towards 11 o'clock. So it's up at that high diagonal. Depending on which side you're doing, obviously. And just hold there again, couple of breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to open out, reach, really nice, and then bring your hand down. And come on off your hands. Okay, so if you've got anything to bolster yourself with, whether you've got some cushions, a bolster, a foam roller, grab that now. And if you haven't got anything, doesn't matter, you can just lie down on your back. I thought I'd challenge myself and use my foam roller because I haven't used it for a little while. Okay, and we're going to do our arm overs. So lie yourself down, and if you're just bolstering, see if you can bolster from like your shoulder blades up towards your head. Okay, so just take a moment on whatever you're laid on just to allow your spine to settle. Take some deep breaths. Remember how we always want the rib cage to be relaxed and down. We never want to be arching our back and thrusting the ribs up towards the ceiling. So just a few breaths there. And then we're going to float our arms up towards the ceiling. Palms are facing in towards each other. Okay, as you inhale, we're going to reach the fingertips towards the ceiling first. So reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're going to think about plugging that arm bone into the shoulder socket and anchoring your shoulder blades down. Inhale, reach fingertips to the ceiling, and exhale, anchoring your arm in your shoulder. Let's keep doing this. A few more of those. It is a little bit like your rhomboid push-ups. Reach, use your breath. This time, as you anchor your arm in your shoulder socket, we're going to keep that there, so we're nice and stable, we're nice and anchored. And on your next breath in, you're going to take both arms overhead towards the floor behind you, and then exhale as you bring them back up towards the ceiling. So it's arm overs. Now, remember that we don't want to be using our ribs for this, so we're just playing with the range of movement that we have available just through the arms and the shoulders without anything else getting involved. Paying attention to whether your arms are moving at the same speed or whether one arm is wanting to go more quickly than the other or further than the other. Just notice. Notice how it feels. Is the movement really smooth and free, or is it a little bit clunky and grindy? Grind is a really technical word, but you kind of know what it means. You kind of get what I mean by grindy. All right,
As your arms come up towards the ceiling this time, we're going to float them all the way down towards our hips. And we're going to turn them over so the palms are facing up towards the ceiling. So we're going to do our little floor angels here now. So if you're bolstered up, if you're on whatever you're on, you might not be touching the floor, and that's fine. We're going to keep the palms facing up as you start to open your arms out and sweeping them up towards your head and then back down towards your hip again. So again, ribs stay down, playing with the range of movement that we have available just through the arms and the shoulders. Let's have a little soft elbow. Let's have a little bend in the elbow. Palms are going to stay facing up. And if you have bolstered yourself up, you can find that there's perhaps a little bit more range now. So maybe you can drop down a little bit more towards the floor, which is going to give you even more of a stretch through your chest and your shoulder. But as always, you don't want to go too far. Just playing around with that movement. Good. Couple more. And then we're going to take our arms back up towards the ceiling again. We're going to bend the elbows and bring the little finger sides of your hands together. So imagine that your hands are like a book and you're looking at your palms and you've got elbows together. And then from here we're going to open the arms out to the side and then just bring the hands back together again. Yeah. So we're opening out to the side and then bringing them back up like a little book together. And again, you can go as quickly or as slowly as you like. You can make the movement as big or as small as you like. Two more. One more time here. And then we're going to reach our arms up towards the ceiling again. Interlace your fingers and flip your hands over, pressing the palms to the ceiling. Really pressing into your hands. Remember how we try and create that arch shape with our fingers rather than a bowl. Keeping those fingers pressing together, pressing your palms away from you. We're going to start to take those arms overhead. Again, ribs stay down, but reaching through your arms. Hold for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, bring your hands back up towards the ceiling. Bringing your fingers apart. Give your fingers a wriggle. Circling at your wrist. And then reverse that and go the other way. And then gently pulling each finger in turn back. Stretch your fingers. And when you've done them all, just give them a little wriggle again. Alright. And then if you are on a bolster or whatever you're on, just come on off that. Pop it out of the way. And then just lay back down on your back again. Knees bent, feet flat. And again, just allow your spine to just settle there for a moment. And if you have been bolstered up, you might find that your rib cage is a little bit more relaxed. Maybe you feel a little bit more connected to the back of the ribs onto the mat. Okay, from here we're going to go onto our side for crocodile. So roll yourself onto your side. We're going to have that bottom arm out in front, top arm resting on top and knees bent. If you need something to bolster your head, feel free to grab yourself a cushion or something like that. And if you don't have anything available, you can always bring that bottom arm around just to cradle your head and just use the one arm. So you've always got options. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach that top arm forwards first. So reach it as far forwards as you can first. And then we're going to start to take that arm up towards the ceiling. Keeping your knees down on the floor, you're going to start to take that arm back behind you. Allow your upper body to twist. And just go as far as you can comfortably go. Make sure you can still breathe in this position. You don't want to go beyond that breathing boundary, so make sure you can still breathe. Hold for a couple of breaths there. Again, opening up your chest, your shoulder. And when you're ready, on your next exhale, let's start to bring that arm all the way back up. And close the crocodile mouth. We're going to do that again. When you're ready, reach forwards. Reach up towards the ceiling. Take that arm back behind you again. Rotate, open out. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Maybe this second time around you can get that arm a little bit closer to the floor, maybe. It doesn't matter, it's not a goal, it's just noticing if there's been any change in your range of movement. When you're ready, on your next exhale again, let's start to take that arm all the way back up and over. Let's do one more time on this side. When you're ready, reach forwards and up, really stretching your hand towards the ceiling and then opening out. Holding here a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, start to slowly bring your arm all the way back to the start position. Good job. Roll yourself onto your back. Just take a moment there to bring your knees into your chest, just to give your back a little reset. Maybe rock gently side to side. And then we're going to just do the same on the other side. So roll yourself onto your other side. Again, arms reach forward, knees are bent. Make sure you're happy with your neck on this side. And again, when you're ready, you're going to reach that top arm forwards and up towards the ceiling, and then opening out behind you. Again, once you're in your maximum position, just hold in there a couple of breaths. Noticing any difference from one side to the other. And then when you're ready again, start to bring that arm all the way back up and over. So you know what we're doing. We're going to do 2 more times. You can go at your own pace. If you want to hold it for a little bit longer or you want to go more quickly, that's absolutely fine. Do what feels right for you. Noticing how it feels. And when you open out on your last one, again, just notice have you got more movement there now than you had when you did it the first time. And then when you're ready, when you've closed your crocodile mouth, again, you're just going to roll yourself onto your back again. So no rush, take your time. But just coming back to that reset position, just rolling out your lower back and just taking a moment there. We're going to come on up to seated. And we're going to do a little bit of seated work. So if you want to grab yourself something to sit on, if you feel like you need a cushion or a block or a half dome, anything like that, feel free to grab that. And also, because we're doing shoulder stuff, I might forget to tell you to change your leg position, so feel free to just move around and switch positions as often as you feel that you need to. Okay, so take a moment to get yourself comfortable here, and then just relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Let's just do some little shoulder rolls here, so just start to roll your shoulders in one direction. And then can you reverse that and go the other way? Trying to get as much movement there as you can. Again, just using this to free off any tightness there. Okay, and then just let it go. We're going to reach one arm forwards. Imagine that you're holding onto a cup of water, and then you're going to tip that water out, so it's that external rotation. And then taking your arm out to the side. We're going to keep a bend in the elbow. We're going to keep that external rotation, so we're tipping that cup out behind us. And then we're going to reach the elbow as far away from you as you can. So it's creating almost like that traction, that pull. So we're reaching the elbow away rather than the wrist, because I don't want you to just straighten your arm out and lock your arm. So reaching that elbow away. And then just hold in here. Notice if your shoulder's trying to sneak up, can you relax your shoulders down away from your ears? And just hold here, making sure that you're not rib thrusting or Finding any compensations in your body anywhere as we hold that arm there. Couple more breaths. And then we're going to release that arm. Just give it a little wriggle, whatever it needs to do. We're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to reach the arm forwards again. Imagine you're holding your cup of water and you're going to tip it out. So you're in that external rotation. Take it out to the side, soft elbow, and reaching your elbow away from you. Is it the same on this side? Just notice how it feels. Are your shoulders trying to sneak up to your ears? Can you relax your shoulders down? It might feel like quite a big stretch through your chest, through your shoulder, through your neck even. That's okay. We're just holding here. Really good. And then when you're ready, we're going to release that again, just a little wriggle. Turning your arms in and out, whatever you feel that you need to do. Okay, we're going to do it again. Go back to your first side again. Reaching your arm away, tipping out your water and take that arm out to the side. Exactly the same, but this time, instead of keeping that arm still, we're going to move it around a little. So maybe going forwards and backwards a little, maybe up and down a little. Just playing around with where it feels to you that it's really tense or that there's a lot of tightness. So just playing around with that. And then I also like to add the head tilt to the opposite side. Now if that feels like it's too much for you, you can always just bring the head back in through centre and you can always keep that arm still. But if you move it around, you feel like it gets in all the nooks and crannies, you know? Going into all the corners, all the bits that don't want to move. Alright, head comes back up, release your arm. It does really get into all the nooks and crannies. Same on the other side. Externally rotate that arm, cup of water out, take your arm out to the side. And again, just starting to move that arm around, add that head tilt if you're adding the head tilt. And just play around with it. Where is your tension? Where does it feel for you? And just moving around. Again, if it feels better for you to hold it still, then you are absolutely free to hold it still. So good. Alright, when you're ready, head up, arm in. Wriggle, shuffle, circle, maybe gently turning your head side to side. We're going to do both arms together this time. So reaching both arms out in front, tipping out both cups of water, arms out to the side, soft elbow. Reaching your elbows away from you, and we're going to drop chin to chest this time. So dropping your chin down towards your chest, you're looking at the floor. I'm looking at my legs and I realise I haven't changed leg positions at all. I'm just going to switch leg position while I'm here and cross my legs over the other way. Feel free to shift up if you want or stay where you are. Again, holding here. And then when you're ready, bringing your head up and releasing your arms. Oh, let's just turn those arms in and out. Get a little bit of movement going there. Bring your arms forward, let's turn them in and out forwards. And then just start to walk them out to the side. So I'm doing in and out, or walking out to the side. And bring them back in. Alright, let it go, little shuffle. We're going to take one arm behind our back now, so taking that arm behind your back. Again, we're trying to open out through the front of the chest and the shoulder, so notice if that's making you all round forwards. Can you try and find a nice, proud, open chest without lifting the rib cage? Hold here. Notice if your elbow's trying to poke right out to the side. Can you try and get that upper arm as close to your body as you can? See how that feels. And then your lower arm, instead of it going across your back, can you start to bring it up? So instead of it going straight across your back, it's going to start to go up your spine. And again, not allowing that arm to poke out to the side. I'm just going to again change my seating position now I've remembered that I'm supposed to be doing that. So holding here. How does that feel? Really good. Alright, let's let that go. Release your arm. Again, just whatever it needs to do. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So the other arm's going to go across your back first. Have a look at where the upper arm is. Notice if it's poking out to the side. Try and keep it as close to your body as you can. Once you're happy and it feels okay, again you're going to start to sneak your lower arm up your back. Good. And just hold there. Good. Couple more breaths. Alright. Is it different on this side? I feel really comfortable on this side. I feel like I could stay here all day. The other side, not so much. Release that arm. Again, a little shuffle around. We're going to go back to the first side again. So again, taking that arm behind your back. Sneaking that lower arm up your back. Now at the moment, you've probably got the back of your hand against your back, palm facing out. Can you flip your hand the other way so that your palm is against your back and the back of your hand is facing out? If that's too much for you, go back to where you were before. But again, talking about getting in all the little nooks and crannies, this really does do that. If you can do it, do, and if you can't, don't worry about it. And you hold for a couple more breaths. And then release that. Slowly, slowly release. Move your arm around, make sure it's still connected and hasn't dropped off. And we'll do the same on the other side. So again, hand goes behind your back first. Sneak your lower arm up your spine. And then again, see if you can flip your palm so that your palm is flat against your back. On that side. How's it on that side? Might be completely different. Holding there. Few breaths. Alright. When you're ready, let it go. Gently, gently. Again, just move it around. What do you need to do? Shuffle them around. Let's have arms out to the side. Got one palm down, one palm up, and switch, and switch. Good. My little snake charmer move. It makes me want to do some little moving around. All right. And then we're going to have arms bent, kind of in that scarecrow, that stop position. And then we're going to drop one arm down and we're going to switch. Switch. Good. Some awesome dance moves, I feel, could be had with these exercises. Yeah, don't invite me to come out dancing with you. Alright, let it go. A little wriggle again. Okay, we're going to take our hands into that prayer position behind our back. Can you get your hands together in prayer position behind your back? Can you get your hands to touch maybe? Notice if you're rib thrusting, see if you can relax your ribs down. Can you drop your shoulders down? Good, hold there for a couple of breaths. And then gently, gently release. Bring your hands to the front and do reverse prayer hands at the front. So backs of the hands together now. And then get your thumbs to touch. And can you pull your thumbs away from the rest of your fingers? And notice if your fingers are like burrowing into your chest. Can you turn your fingers so they're pointing more up towards the sky than digging into your chest? Are you rounding your shoulders? Can you try and let those shoulders relax? Backs of the hands stay together. Can you lower your hands down a little bit? See if you can get your forearms parallel to the floor maybe. Good. And then release those, gently, gently. Little wriggle, little twirl. Okay, just switching up your seating position again. If you haven't changed for a while, I'm going to go to a low kneel. And we're going to have elbow tucked in by our side, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And then just open that arm out to the side and then bring it back in. So you're going to keep your elbow in close to you, so you're not like really taking your elbow far away. Elbow's going to stay close as you take that arm in and out. So you can feel that you're in that external rotation as you take that arm out and then it's coming back in. Just have a look at the range that you've got there. And then we're going to compare it to the other side. So then just do the same on the other side. Elbow stays close as you take your arm out. I have very limited range here, so you might be able to get a lot further than I can. They say optimal range is like 90 degrees, so you would have your arm like completely out to the side. It's just not available for me, but you might be there. Alright. Going back to your first side again. So again, elbows tucking in quite close, but we're not like jamming it in. It's just you can feel that it's there. Take it out and bring it in. Now think about what's happening with your shoulder blade on your back. So as you take your arm out to the side, your shoulder blade's going to move in towards your spine, and then as you bring your arm back in, your shoulder blade's going to move out. Yeah, see if you can find that movement. See if you can kind of tune in and be aware of that movement of your shoulder blade. And then as your arm comes back into the centre and your shoulder blade is kind of wide, see if you can keep that shoulder blade still as you take your arm back out again. Can you keep that shoulder blade still as you just gently bring that arm in and out? So you might have a much smaller range now, and that's absolutely fine, but see if you can stabilise your shoulder blade. And then as you open your arm out this time, keeping that shoulder blade still, we're going to start to reach that arm away. So we're going to start to let that elbow leave your side. As you reach your arm away, we're back to that kind of cup of water exercise. But see if you can keep your shoulder blade still. And you might have lost it, and don't worry about it too much if you have, or if you've no idea what's going on back there. And then bringing that elbow back in, bring your arm back in, and relax. Let's do the other side. So again, let's just open that arm out. See if you can find that movement of your shoulder blade. Can you tune in so that you're aware of what your shoulder blade is doing on that side? And remember, you keep the shoulder blade still then as you move your arm in and out. And again, if you've got no idea, don't worry about it. And then if you're happy, or even if you've got no idea what's happening, can you start to take your elbow again away, reaching that arm away, trying to keep that stable shoulder blade, and then bring it back in. It's a really subtle movement, and you can't see what's going on there, and it's quite difficult to feel it if you're not used to thinking about where your shoulder blades are in space and time. Alright, and then let it go. Give them a wriggle again. Okay, we're going to go to head tilt now. So tilting your ear down towards your shoulder. Let your shoulders just drop down away from your ears. And hold in here. Let it be as relaxed as possible. Notice if your chin is poking forwards. Try and have that chin pulled in so that your ear is over your shoulder and your head isn't forwards. And then let's lift that opposite shoulder up towards your ear and then pull it down. Again, shoulder up towards your ear and then pull it down. Do one more like that, shoulder up and then pull it down. Head comes up and over to the other side. Again, just holding here for a minute. Checking again that you're not poking your chin forwards. How's your range of movement through your neck on each side? Is it different on one side to the other? Does it feel tighter? Shoulders relax down, and then again let's lift the opposite shoulder up and pull it down. Shoulder comes up and pull it down. So good. It feels good, yeah? And then pull it down. And then bring your head back up through centre and release. We're going to lie down on our back again now. So come back down onto your back. And we're going to do our crescent stretch. So you're going to lengthen your legs out long. Take your arms overhead. And you're going to walk your legs to the right. So walk your legs to the right, to the right, to the right. And then walk your arms and upper body also to the right. So you're in that crescent or that banana shape. You can stay here if that's enough of a stretch for you. Or you can pick up your left leg, cross your left ankle over your right. Add in a little bit more for the shoulders. Now with your right hand you can grab your left wrist and just give it a little bit of a pull. Again, just increasing that stretch a little bit. We're now creating space and length through that left side of your body. Can you let your ribs relax down? So making sure that you aren't arching your back. So both shoulder blades should be anchored on the mat. And taking some deep breaths here. Looking to see if we can feel that movement of the rib cage with every breath. We're going to release the arms first, so when you're ready, release your arms, bringing your arms down by your sides. Uncross your legs and walk your legs through centre and over to the left this time. And then again, take your arms up and overhead and walk your arms and upper body also to the left. Now stay there if you want. Or picking up your right ankle, cross it over your left. And with your left hand you can grab your right wrist and again just giving it that little extra stretch. Keeping your ribs down. Taking those deep breaths, breathing into that right side of your rib cage. And then when you're ready, releasing your arms first, walk your legs in through centre and then picking up your knees. Give your knees a little hug and just rock gently side to side. Okay. So if you do have that bolster still around, grab your bolster again, your cushions, anything that you were using. If you don't have anything, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to use anything now, but we're going to go into cobbler stretch. So soles of the feet together and arms out to the side. So if you've got something to bolster you up a little bit, sometimes that feels nice just to again give you a little bit more of an opening sensation through your chest and your shoulders. And if you don't have anything available, just feel free to just use the floor. As always, you're trying to let your rib cage just relax down. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling, and you can have your arms out to that T position, or you can take your arms out a little bit higher so they're kind of in a V position. Again, it's just playing around with finding where it feels best for you, so where you feel that you're getting the most benefit, the most opening, the most release. And if you don't like your legs in that cobbler position, feel free to lengthen your legs out long. You can have Any position that feels good to you. And just with each exhale, you're thinking about allowing your rib cage to relax down, releasing tension and tightness through your upper body, opening out again, chest and shoulders. I think it feels really quite restful, quite nice. Taking those deep breaths again. Get as much air in as you can with every inhale and releasing with every exhale. And you can feel free to kind of stay there for as long as you like, for as long as feels good for you. I'm going to come back up to a seated position. If you want to stay there and just relax and just stay there, then feel free. But when you do come up eventually, just take a moment to circle your shoulders and to turn your head around and just to kind of release and make sure that you aren't gripping or holding any tension and taking that away with you. So I'm going to leave you there, guys. So like I say, feel free to stay there if you're chilled out and you're relaxing, then you can stay there.